Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brothers Take, the podcast where nerdy brothers get together to give their take on gaming each and every week, as well as our other interests. But this week, we are going to be focused primarily on gaming and sharing our predictions for what will be announced in 2025. My name is Kris. I am joined once again by my brother Eric.
Hello.
And, as I said, we're going to be sharing our predictions for what will be announced in 2025 and playing a bit of a game. And this is how it's going to work. We will each have 9 predictions for what will be announced, revealed, what will come out in 2025. These have to be, they can be based on rumors, but they have to be things that have not already been announced. We can't just piggyback off of someone else's announcement, but we can maybe add to an announcement. For example, if we know that a game is set to come out, and if one of us decided we wanted to guess the specific date it's going to come out that we don't already have, that would be okay. What we cannot do is take each other's predictions. So it might be a bit of a, if we have some of the same ones, it might be a bit of a race to who gets there first. As the year goes on, then we're going to play a bingo style. If one of our predictions comes true, we will circle it as we go along throughout the year. And whoever has the most predictions right at the end of the year, by our last episode of 2025, will be crowned the winner, and the loser will have to buy a €50 voucher. So it's not too bad, nothing too crazy. A €50 voucher in any gaming platform of the winner's choice, so that they can treat themselves to a nice new game at Christmas time. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to be doing. Feel free to play along with us if you want to make new predictions yourselves. So if you're watching YouTube, jump down into the comments to share your thoughts, not only on the predictions that we make, if you think we are onto something, if you think one of us is going to win, if you think you guys are fucking crazy, do let us know. And if you have predictions of your own, do share them. If you enjoy this discussion, this game that we're about to play throughout, do give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell for all future content. And to those of you listeners on audio platforms, you can also touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take, again, to give your take on our predictions for 2025. We wanted to make sure to get this done before January is over, because very soon the showcases are going to start, the announcements are going to start coming out. We want to make sure we get in before they all we get really into announcement season. There's even a Xbox Direct next week, first game showcase of the year, so we do want to make sure we start getting predictions out before the announcements start coming. Otherwise, we'll have left it a little too late. And make sure you're following the podcast so that anytime one of our predictions comes true, we will be updating you as to who's winning on the leaderboard or whatever. But without further ado, let's start predicting. Okay, Eric. What's the fairest way to find out which one of us gets to go first? Because obviously there is because we can't use the same predictions, there is actually what's the word I'm looking for? Not priority. There's an advantage. There's an advantage to going first. How do we decide who goes first?
Do you have a coin?
Do I have a coin? I do. I do have a coin.
All right, that's very lucky. All right.
Right.
I'm saying heads. Flip the coin, and I'm going to say heads.
Okay, cool. It is heads.
Okay.
It is, in fact, heads. So you get to go first.
Okay, well, I'm going to be a dick.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to say that my first prediction is the GTA 6 date announcement.
Oh, shit. Okay. The GTA 6 date announcement.
Yeah.
What about it?
Oh, no, that we're going to get one.
What, are you crazy? That's it?
Yeah, I was not going to be taking super risks here, Chris.
You got to take super risks. Your prediction is that we're going to get a GTA 6 date announcement in this entire year.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. That's almost guaranteed. It's set to come out this year.
Exactly. That's why I said I'd be a dick.
Oh my god. Guys, give out to him. That's not that can't be I'll put it down.
All right.
But yeah, you got to at least put a time of year on it.
Okay, I will say
6 date announcement.
I will.
Not an exact date, but even like
September.
That the date will be announced in September, or that it's going to announce it's coming in September.
Oh no, that it's going to come in September.
The game is coming out. GTA 6 is coming out in September. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you're making me worried about it. I don't know. I feel like you're like, no, actually, it's going to come out on this date, and you're going to be right because every time you say a date, the
No, it's
fucking date
fine.
happens.
It's fine. So am I writing that down? GTA 6 is coming out in September.
Yes.
That's Eric's first prediction.
Oh, I don't like this because
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I have more date announcements, so now you're gonna make me be specific.
You have to be at least a little bit more
I
specific,
was not on a
unless
team.
it's something that you're saying this will be announced this year. And it's something that we knew nothing about. You know,
Okay,
I think so anyway. Okay,
yeah. Okay.
here comes my first prediction then.
All right.
Piggybacking off the fact that I think the Switch 2, because we know the Switch 2 is coming out this year, because we know it's going to have to be a big year for the Switch then,
Mm-hmm.
right? We already know Metroid Prime 4 is coming out this year.
Okay.
That's already been announced.
Right.
Okay. We also now know that a new Mario Kart is coming out this year.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's Mario. That's Metroid. So I'm
Okay.
thinking of the big franchises need to be represented this year. Okay. It is too soon, I think, for a brand new Zelda game.
All right.
However, it is not too soon and would be perfect for a Wind Waker remastered coming out for the Switch 2 this year.
Okay. That's your first.
So I'm saying Wind Waker remastered will be announced for the Switch 2 and will release this year.
Okay. Right. That's okay. So
That's my first one.
Right. My second one is with the Switch as well
Oh God.
because we had Mario Kart. I'm saying that there will be a new Mario game announcement.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh fuck. I had that one too. Fuck.
Did you? I was. That's the thing I was worried. I thought you were gonna say that first.
Okay. This is why I like. Okay, this is good. So you're saying new? What kind of Mario game? So this is separate to Mario Kart, obviously.
This is separate to Mario Kart.
Do you mean
Yeah.
a platformer or an RPG or a like what?
Oh yeah, he's
Do you know what I mean?
platformer. Platformer.
You're saying a new Mario platformer game.
game. Yeah.
God damn
I
it!
forgot that he
Just
has fucking.
every genre.
Yeah. Actually, no. There's gonna be a new Mario Kart. It's gonna be a first-person shooter.
New Mario the thing that's annoying about that is I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Because I think as well, like, when you look at how successful Astrobot was last year,
Mm,
there's going to be a huge hunger for, like, more platformer games now.
right.
And, like, Mario is the king of platformers, basically. Like, is the OG, in a way. And with the Switch 2 release year, it's going to be like, it's time
like,
for...
He has to have one, doesn't he? He is their mascot. Like,
But will they do a Mario Kart and a Mario platformer in the
I'm pretty sure they
same
did that when
year?
Mario Kart Deluxe 8 came out as well.
Oh, really?
Probably. I
You
mean,
don't
they
know.
had
You
they
don't
release they
know.
release 50 Super Mario games a year. Like,
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
it's actually a really
just-
safe bet to go. There's gonna be a even if there was no Switch 2, it's a safe bet to go. They're gonna announce a Mario game.
But if they announce like a Mario and it's like a sports game or something, and he's kicking a ball, that means you don't get it, right? It has to be a platform.
It has to be a platformer. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. So GTA 6 is coming out in September, and a Mario game, a 3D platformer Mario game is coming out. These are good bets. Okay. Well, do you know what? Staying on the theme then of the Switch 2, I feel like it's just because we know it's the launch year, like it's going to be the gift that keeps on giving in a way. But here's what I'm going to go for.
Okay.
I'm going to predict in euro the price of the Switch 2. And I think it's going to be exactly this figure. Are you ready? I think the Nintendo Switch 2 will be priced in euro. I mean, I don't know in other currencies. I have to kind of stick to what I know.
Right.
It's going to be 399.99.
Okay.
So Switch 2 is going to be $399.99.
Is that it on its own, or is that it as like a package with Mario Kart and the Joy Cons and
Ah, fuck.
mm,
On its own.
on its own? Okay. Well, sticking Switch 2, I'm gonna predict what
It's going to be all Switch
clothes
2 stuff.
what clothes are going to wear. No, I'm joking. No.
You're gonna predict what hat you could get as a
As
pre-order.
for Mario Kart. No,
Yeah.
my next one actually
Well,
is
before we move on,
all right.
do you think that price point, like we talked about the Switch 2 in the bonus, and we never even discussed
Yeah, we never talked about the price because
what pricing we think it could be, right? We won't know, obviously, till probably April. I imagine that Nintendo Direct is when we get the answer to that question. But, like, is that higher than you would think or lower
Yes.
than you would think? That's higher than you would think?
That's higher for just it on its own. I think that's higher than what I think.
Okay.
I think it'd be like 398.
All right, so it's not much higher. Get out of here.
No, I'd say about 325, 330.
Okay. How much was the Switch when it first came out?
Having a clue. I don't know. I think it's 300 or 250. I said that. I don't know.
I'm thinking,
Numbers.
my thinking is, right, so the PlayStation 5 was obviously €500.
Yes.
And the Xbox Series X was €500.
Okay.
I think Nintendo will want to, even with this next console, be like, we're still not as expensive as those guys.
Oh,
But
sure.
also, like, obviously there's going to be higher tech in it.
Yeah.
And then if you put 4 on it, people are saying 400 and it sounds like too much, right? Even though this is €400 basically.
Right. Yeah.
But seeing the number 300 and something makes it seem cheaper.
Right. Okay.
That's my thinking. But look, we will see. So go on.
You're
What was
saying
your...
you're saying 399.99
Yeah,
is the exact,
price for the Switch 2.
which means if it is a cent off, if it's 98.
Oh yeah, then I don't get it. It has
Yeah,
to
you
be
don't
the
get it.
exact price, and it has to be on its own.
Okay, and so if that's what it is as the bundle,
I'll be so
you
mad.
don't get it.
Well, I won't be mad. I'll be like, hey, I was along the right lines, you know.
Yeah.
Or unless, do they give a game bundled with the Switch regardless? No,
Probably.
they don't.
Do they not?
Do they?
I don't know. I don't
If
know.
it's given regardless, like that is when you buy it, you're given a game regardless, then it counts, right?
Yeah, no, I can't. It's only if it's
If it's literally a box bundle.
yeah. If it
Okay.
always comes with it, then that's fair enough.
Okay.
I'll allow
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in fairness, I'm allowed an entire month for GTA 6.
Oh no, I think that's fair. I think putting
Yeah.
I think putting a month on it is okay. I think saying the date will be revealed this year is bullshit. It's like obviously
Fuck off, man.
We
No,
already-
they
we
might
are-
just drop it.
that we already know that. Like they put a whole year on it. Like get the fuck
Well,
out
no,
of
because
here.
they might delay it. You never know.
They might.
They might delay it.
Maybe that's one I'll throw in there. Anyway, what's
They'll
your
delay
next?
GTA.
What's your next prediction?
Okay, my next one is,
Yeah.
and I put this down, and I'm a little bit like, because I can't remember if they've ever said that they weren't going to do this for this game, but I put it down anyway,
Okay.
that there will be a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth DLC
Okay. Okay.
this year.
This year. Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to be like, at
No,
some point in
I think
life.
that's okay because it hasn't been announced. In fact,
No.
I think they've said they're not doing one. But
I had a feeling they were, but I don't know.
That
But
could be a
fucking
lie.
From Software said they weren't going to do anything else with Elden Ring. Look at that turned out.
So there will be an FF7 Rebirth DLC.
And
Now,
obviously, that's not to include the DLC you can already get for the game that are like the accessories and whatever the fuck not.
no, so you mean new playable content?
And new playable content, because I think it'd be a missed opportunity if you don't get to play as Sid or Vincent.
Okay, so
Absolutely stupid, but
would that would be the form it would take then? Would be you're either playing as one of those two. I'm not. By the way, I'm not adding this to the prediction. I'm just like
it's a
discussing it while we're here.
a story-driven DLC, much like the Integrate.
intermission. Yeah.
Yeah, intermission. Yeah. one for Yuffie. Yeah, yeah.
Which one do you think they'd more likely give you to play?
Vincent.
Vincent's more likely, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because everyone wants to play as Vincent. It's fucking Vincent, man.
Yeah. I wonder what that would be, or where he would be, or what he would do. They'd probably throw in another like Darja Cerberus character for him to fight
Yeah, yeah.
as well. Interesting. And actually, this week is the release week for Rebirth on PC.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a huge hype for Rebirth again. New people playing it.
That
Apparently, it's
was
coming to
another.
the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that was actually one of my predictions. Was that it was going to come to PC this week?
No, it wasn't. I was get the fuck out of here. We know that.
Yeah, I
Cool.
predicted it.
Okay. There will be an FF7 Rebirth DLC this
Even though
year.
they've said
This
there
year.
isn't going to be one. Yeah, this year.
Right, you think they're lying? You think they're
Yes.
lying? Or do you think they've changed their minds, that they were like, it was too successful, we got to do it?
Yeah, I think it'd be stupid.
Okay. You don't think that they're just all in on part 3 now and they just don't have time?
I think most of the team would be, but I think a part team could still be working on DLC.
Fair enough. Well, to piggyback off that then, in a similar look at they've already announced what they've announced, and that's that or whatever. And I predicted this before, but I'm not satisfied, and I don't believe them. I think Tekken 8 will add Tifa Lockhart as
Okay.
DLC fighter before this year is over. I think Tifa is
Fair enough.
coming to Tekken 8.
Yeah, a
I
lot of
think
people were.
people want it. They've
Yeah.
seen it. They obviously have a good relationship with Square Enix, and because they filled that final slot with Clive from Final Fantasy 16. I don't think that means is that they can't go, you know what? Here's one more. I don't think that means they have to stop.
I think it'll make the game very special if they go, here's 2 Final Fantasy characters for this game.
Yeah, and as well,
From two like well sold games as well, like well received games, 16 and 7 Rebirth.
I think they know like Virtua Fighter's coming back this year, right?
Right.
And Virtua Fighter would have been a big competitor of Tekken.
Right.
I think Virtua Fighter is the original 3D fighting game, actually. And then Tekken just became so popular. But if you actually look at like early days Virtua Fighter and early days Tekken, it is a little bit like, oh, Tekken, are you ripping off Virtua Fighter a little bit?
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, it looks very similar. But
Is Virtua? No, wait, that's the. Which the game that where it has a guy that looks like Ryu but isn't?
that's
Street
Virtua Fighter.
That is Virtua Fighter. Okay.
Yeah, so well, they're all ripping off Street Fighter. So, but what I'm trying to say is, I think that Tekken 8 obviously was a very popular, like it was a huge fighting game last year, and it came out at the start of the year, and it did have good longevity throughout the year. But they're gonna want people coming back to it this year,
Right.
and after a little while, like when Virtua Fighter comes out, people will have moved on. So how do you get people back to Tekken 8? Like usually people go back to a fighting game. It's like, oh, they announced there's a new fighter. You know, like Mortal Kombat. I think
The
just
Conan the
recently had
Barbarian,
the Conan
yeah.
Barbarian trailer. Like that's how, and then people turn it back on to try out the new fighter. Like that's how you get people back. So I think it would be mad of Tekken 8 not to have at least a new fighter this year. And I think given the response to Clive, who was awesome, and you know a lot of people liked him as well, but there was an awful lot of people who were like, "Why is it not Tifa? Why is it not Tifa? Where's Tifa?" Blah blah blah.
Italy are crying for Tifa.
Tifa is going to come to Tekken 8 this year.
Okay. That's your one.
That's my one. Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right. Okay. My next one. Is this number 4?
Number 4.
Number 4. It's another date announcement, which I would imagine you're still going to be like, it has to be a particular month.
Well, it would be nicer to be a somewhat rather than just we'll get, unless it's one that we don't even have a year for yet.
I think we have a year for this. Yeah. We do have a year for this. So coming off again, continuing on the kind of very RPG based games. Claire Obscure.
Oh yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it is slated to come out in 2025. I'm gonna say, I don't know why I looked at that game, and I think June.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is coming June.
Yeah. God, I'd be really annoyed if it was July 1st.
You know we're gonna find this out very soon.
Mm,
We're gonna
yeah.
find this out next week.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna be watching that direct, being like, "Come on, don't come out today."
Yeah.
instead of them shadow dropping it and be like, "And it's out now," you're gonna be like, "No, no, 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 no!
No,
Don't release
no.
till the summer."
And
Okay,
even at the summer, only in June.
bearing that in mind that they're showing a direct next week, I'm gonna give you a
Okay.
last chance. Are you wanting to stick? This is like deal or no deal now. Are you wanting to stick with that is coming out June?
Yes. I'm gonna
Okay.
stick with it. I'm
Okay.
stick with my guns.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, I like that.
I
I
am
like
the
that.
opposite to Chris. When I predict dates, they don't come true. But I'm
No,
hoping
okay.
this year is my
This is the
year.
year where you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
no, no, I got this prediction thing. Crack down. I get it now. This is what you do. You think about development time, how long it's been in the, and then you think about the fact that they will delay it internally, but they haven't announced that they've delayed it, and then you move it up a bit. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I did.
uh, or you just go, no, I just got a feeling. I got a feeling.
I got it looks like a June game to me. And GTA 6, I was thinking, yeah, like September, people are going back to school, but also let's distract everyone from school with
Hmm.
this awesome big game. It also gives enough people to give people enough time to like get it for birthdays, Christmas, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also isn't the Summer Game Fest in June, so there could be a final push for Extra Search 3 is like out next week or something. Like
Oh yeah, sure,
usually,
yeah.
usually like I remember that happened with Final Fantasy 16 actually. That came out in the summer, I think, and it
Mm.
had a final trailer at the Summer Game Fest and like coming next week, a
Yeah.
final push for the pre-orders and stuff. So it's not a terrible idea actually to have it paired around a time where there would be showcases for them to do a final
Right.
push on the
Push.
marketing and stuff.
Mm.
Here's one that I'm gonna go for.
Okay.
I don't think you will have had it, but I'm gonna throw it out now.
Okay.
IO Interactive. We know that they have been working on a Project 007 game. We've heard nothing
Okay.
ever
I
since
definitely don't.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is a
I
good one.
think this year we will finally hear from them. They will release the title of that James Bond game, like the actual
Mm.
title of the game. It'll be a similar. I think it'll be a similar trailer to when we got the Indiana Jones teaser.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
It'll be a. So far, all we've had is a post. So this time it'll be like a. It'll still be like a. Oh, it's a little bit off. We'll get a trailer, kind of a cinematic trailer. We will get the name of the game, and then
Okay.
at the end of it, the release year. I'm not willing to put a year on it yet, but I think
Okay.
they'll put a year on it. Either 2026 or 2027.
Okay. Quick question about this now.
Okay.
Right? Because you have a lot of pointers here. So it's a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
You're saying it'll have the name
Yeah.
and it'll have a release year.
What I'm saying is what my actual prediction is that IO Interactive will announce. This is what I've actually written. I was just doing a bit of talking of what I think it will be, but my actual prediction is IO Interactive will announce the title of their James Bond game and
Hmm.
the release year. So if we
Okay, so
get
if
those
it,
two things from them,
yeah.
that's my prediction.
So if one of them is missing,
Yeah, if we only get a title and no release year, or if we only get a release year and no title, I won't take the win.
okay,
But if we
all
get
right,
both those
that's my
things,
question. Okay,
even if it's just a post, even if there's no trailer, then I will take it.
what would you want the gameplay to be like? Just quickly off.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before a long time ago when we first saw
Yeah,
that initial
announcement.
announcement, but we said we had nothing to go by. And the reason why I think this is the year to be announcing it is Indiana Jones did so well, and that's like an
Right.
IP, and I
Mm.
think they'll piggyback off of the success of that to be like, okay, people love that. Now it's time to talk about the James Bond game, the next thing, the next kind of action adventure based on an IP that's coming from a studio. I don't know what I would want the gameplay to be like. I mean, they obviously made the Hitman games, so
Yeah.
they're obviously going to be using some sort of similar functions or engines to that. Like people usually work in what they know. Like even Machine Games, who did Indiana Jones, originally did. Um,
Wolfenstein, wasn't it?
well, they did Wolfenstein, but they also back in the day did like Escape from Butcher Bay.
Oh
And
yeah, oh
the
yeah.
Indiana Jones game plays more like that than
Right.
it does like Wolfenstein because it's not a big first person shooter. It's a sneaky kind of game.
Hmm.
Um, so with that being said, it's kind of like, will the James Bond game be a lot of espionage and sneaking around and finding your target and multiple ways to approach it? But they also are going to have to tick boxes like James Bond. Yeah, there needs to be an element of that, but there also needs to be the element of the high octane action. Like he gets into the fights. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And that shouldn't be just optional. There should be big set pieces. And like not just modern James Bond movies, but if you look at the whole discography of the many years of James Bond movies, some of the best stunts put to cinema. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So there needs to be big Uncharted style set pieces basically because that's what some of the old James Bond movies did, whether it's hanging out of planes or fighting on top of trains or, fighting divers underwater. Like there
Hmm.
needs to be great action set pieces as well as I hope they don't use the likeness of any of the actors. I hope they create an original. This is the video
James
game
Bond.
version of Bond in the same way as Rocksteady did with Batman.
Yeah, it would be cool if they got, because didn't Ian Fleming do a drawing of James Bond?
Oh yeah. They
It'd be
should
very cool if they got that drawing and then 3D
use
created
that
that.
as the inspiration for the character.
Yeah.
Definitely. I wonder as well, like, will they go modern with it so that they have more gameplay features in terms of gadgets and things that could be more up to date,
Hmm.
or will they go base it in the 60s and put it in a bit of a time era of a Cold War Bond, or like there's a lot they could do with it, and it's really curious as to what do you do with it. But there needs to be a James Bond game. Like it's an IP
For
that
sure.
absolutely there's
There,
certain
there
IPs
has
where you're
there
like,
has been games, but they've
oh,
always been
loads,
under
yeah.
the radar. Yeah, yeah. Always under the radar, never done.
And I think, well, the last one there was none in the PS4 era. I don't think. I think the
I don't
last one
think
was in
so.
the PS3 era.
I think so.
I think. Um, so it's been a long time since there was a Bond game,
Hmm.
and there were always tie-ins with the movies, or there were always like extra stories that are like there was in the PS2. There was a lot of popular Bond games, um, that all used Pierce Brosnan's voice and likeness,
Yeah.
and there were supposed to be extra Pierce Brosnan adventures, kind of, and they had like their own soundtracks, their own theme song, and all
Hmm.
that stuff. Um, and they were quite popular actually, but yeah, they've never done one that is like this is just its own self-contained video game universe of Bond.
Be very cool.
And that's what I would like to see. And obviously, driving.
For
You're
sure.
gonna have to be able to drive. It's gonna have to be a really stylish car. It's by with gadgets. Like
Hmm.
you basically gotta go is they need to take the which is why I was a bit at first like I was like are IO Interactive the right guys to make this? But hey, they could really pull it off and do something amazing. But I just when I think about it, it's like, oh, you're gonna make a James Bond game.
Hmm.
They need the same mantra as Rocksteady had when they made Batman, which is what are all the things that make Batman Batman, and
Hmm.
how do we turn that into gameplay? They need all
Yes.
of those things to make it
I
work.
think, well, the gadgets and infiltration they'll have down for sure. Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean that
Oh
is
yeah, because that's
Hitman.
Hitman.
Gadgets,
Yeah,
that is Hitman. So it's just the driving. Yeah, they need to build that from the ground up. And then when it comes to combat, yeah, they'll need to work on the combat as well because the combat in Hitman isn't the best. It's
yeah.
fine, but it's not the best. But yeah, so they'll just need to work on that. But I'm sure they'll do it. I mean, the Hitman games are very good.
They might need a little bit of inspiration from Uncharted, not just in terms of set pieces, but in terms of combat actually.
Mm.
Where yeah, he can get into hand to hand brawls,
Yeah,
but also take cover, shoot.
yeah.
That might be the most appropriate way to cinematically bring across. Because you watch the James Bond movies, that's exactly what he does. He takes cover behind pillars, he shoots, someone runs up to him, he punches them. That's
Judo chop.
yeah. So, but yeah, I really do hope that we get to see something from it this year
Mm.
because I'd be curious as to what form that would take. The only thing that put a spanner in the works and it made me nearly not throw it down as a prediction for this year is there's huge question marks around. So Amazon bought the rights apparently to Bond this year.
Right. think I've seen something about that. It was from the
and Barbara Broccoli, who is still the producer, won't okay anything that they're suggesting, basically, because she's like, the next Bond movie should be have, and like, this is why Bond is in good hands as long as she's involved,
right.
because she has said basically she does not want it to become a AI generated follow the next trend type thing that
Right, yeah,
Amazon
yeah.
keeps putting out. She has said this, you know, she, which is like, oh shit, like you're gonna make enemies. But so she wants to, unless she's 100% happy with the script and the direction and what's gonna happen, she's not okaying anything. And I don't know if that also means rights to the game. Like I don't know if that's gonna has that thrown a spanner into the game development? Do they have a say in that? All that kind of stuff. Um, the other thing is like, might they make a VR Bond game?
Oh, they might do.
I don't know why, but it just strikes me as something they might do.
Mm.
Um, and I don't think that would be the right approach because
No.
I think Bond is a huge IP and you will sell way more if it's not VR.
Yes, for sure. VR is a nice thing, but not the best thing for something like Bond. Um.
Anyway, so
Anyway,
we'll see. We'll see if we see anything this year.
okay. My next prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. Still staying with games.
Well, of course.
Um.
Oh, actually, before you go any further, and you don't have to say them yet, do you have predictions that are not games?
Yes.
Oh shit! I did not know we were doing that. Oh, okay, okay, cool.
I only have two that are not games.
Okay, fair enough.
I just wanted to throw something out there.
Yeah.
Right. So my next one, staying with games, is we're going to get a gameplay trailer to Exodus.
I think that's a safe bet. Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, I want to win.
That's the point.
I know, but you wanted to be a bit like you're taking risks, no? Gameplay trailer for
Oh yeah,
Exodus.
no, like none of mine are risks. Not even the non-game things there are not even risks.
So we're gonna get a gameplay trailer for Exodus. Is that set to come out this year?
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know that yet, do we? Or do we? Hold on.
Look it up
Quick,
there.
quick Google.
It's just been a lot of trailers, and it's like there was like a story trailer
I thought there
recently,
was
and
a gameplay trailer.
yeah, okay, sorry. So what I mean, really,
Do you mean
gameplay trailer,
a gameplay
like a gameplay showcase, more so is actually what I mean. So
like a
so
deep dive?
deep
Yeah,
dive.
because
So
I'm literally looking right here. The first thing that came up was Exodus gameplay trailer.
yeah, okay. So what I mean is
Go
a
on.
gameplay deep dive. So if we don't get a gameplay deep dive, it does not count.
So does this need to be its own feature or something? Gameplay deep dive.
Well, like when people go, all
Or
right, so this is what we're doing, and this is the stuff that you can, like when you do,
like it's nearly like its own 10-minute video.
yeah,
Welcome to Exodus in this blah, 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 blah. Like almost like its own little mini showcase.
yeah, and or like it's a or you're or it's like a demo and someone's playing it, and you get, but it's the devs obviously playing it and showing you everything that you can do in this very scripted story segment where you get to see the gameplay in just one fluid motion. So it has to
Okay.
be like that.
Okay. Okay. So Exodus is going to get a deep dive gameplay showcase.
Right, yes.
Cool. No, that's cool. I think there is a good chance of that happening because I do think there's a lot of question marks around what is this game and what is the moment to moment gameplay and
Yeah, because there
what
are
will I be
FAQs
doing
and
and
stuff like that, like where people are asking, but I think it's still just a case of, yeah, it's like, do you make your character? Is there aliens? Or what the hell's like, what's the gameplay
so
like?
this would
What's the
almost
choice based like? Yeah.
this would almost be like, when State of Play do a dedicated State of Play to a
Mm,
certain game, like they did it for Hogwarts Legacy or they did it for Rebirth, and I think each of them was like it's only 13 minutes or something like that.
yeah.
But in that, they show you a lot of footage, and the devs tell you it's like this is what you can expect from this game.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I wonder would they do it as a State of Play, or do you think the developers would just go, no, we're just putting it on YouTube ourselves?
Probably just do it themselves. Because State of Play makes it seem very more PlayStation focused.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, rather than them owning it themselves.
Yes.
Probably just do it themselves, or just to have it at like Summer Game Fest or something like that. Or
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Well, for my next prediction, you might win this year. Fine.
Probably because I've taken the most safest bets. Revenge time against you winning.
Oh,
Game
getting the
Awards.
pizza at the Game Awards, but that was only
Yeah,
fair because you won it the year before. So,
by technicality, but anyway.
no, it's all wins are by technicality. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go for this one then because I don't think you're gonna have it.
Okay, okay.
For my next prediction. So I think last year was the first year in many years that we didn't.
of the 85 billion
Of the-
years that Earth has been around
I
last
believe-
year.
I do believe that last year was the first year in many years that I've been alive. No, but of the past few years, I think was last year the first year that we didn't get a new Resident Evil announcement,
I think
and
so.
no Resident Evil came out last year.
Yes.
Whereas in the year like 2023, it was Resident Evil 4. 2022 was that Resident Evil Village.
Well, what about Separate Ways? Was Separate Ways not out
Was it?
last year?
Oh, maybe at the start of the year, was it?
I think it was.
Or was that the end of the year before? No, we were talking about that at the Halloween time the year before. No, that came out the same year as Resi 4.
Wow. Oh, fair play to
It
them.
was just a great year. Okay, so here is what I think is going to happen this year
Okay.
from Capcom. I think we're going to get 2 Resident Evil game announcements.
Oh, fuck.
One of them is Resident Evil 9
Okay.
coming this year. The other
You're
one,
nuts, man. You're crazy with
the
your
other
fucking...
one, the other one. I go big, Eric. I'm going fucking big here.
Fucking
other
hell,
one-
man.
The other one, they will. And this is all part of one prediction, right? So if this
Yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
doesn't happen, it doesn't count. The other one, but I'm going to be a little bit vague on this one, if you'll allow that part. The other,
Of course I will.
the other thing is they will announce the next Resident Evil remake.
Okay.
Part of me being vague is I don't know which one they're remaking, but that's coming next year for the 30th anniversary of the Resident Evil series.
I feel like your next one is going to be like, and my next prediction, Hideo Kojima is going to celebrate his birthday by riding around on a fucking flamingo. I like, what are you doing, Chris?
Jeff Keighley will add sugar 3 times to his tea at the start of Summer Game Fest. And he will tap the cup to the theme tune of
Terminator, because that's a hint that they're going to make another Terminator. Yeah,
Right,
yeah, that's
so-
all the one prediction. That's what you're doing right now, Chris.
So Capcom announce Ori 9
Who are you
Coming-
playing as it?
coming this year.
And is a first person.
And then 1 second, Ori
Yeah,
next remake coming next year. That's all one prediction. Okay, so man, I'm having fun with this. I think there's been a lot of leaks about Ori 9 anyway, so like I don't think
Oh, you know that the Ori 9's a safe bet. It
Ori
come out this
9
year is a bit.
it might not come this year. Where I might have gone a little bit crazy is they might just announce it this year and say no, Ori 9 is the next Resident Evil and it is coming out next year for the 30th anniversary of Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
yeah, yeah. It's
So
more
going
likely
for
what that's.
2 is a bit but I have a feeling that they've been a bit quiet on the Resident Evil front for them. Like for most game studios, that's not quiet. Going 1 year without a Resident Evil is okay. Like, but with the rhythm that they've been a bit quiet, and I think they've had because they have 2 studios working on them at the same
Right.
time. I think they've had 2 projects on the go. So I just feel like
sure.
there is a good chance we will hear about both actually. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. It felt like Ori 3 remake and Ori Village weren't that far apart.
No, I don't think there were.
So we will see. But yeah, I think the leaks for Ori 9, and they might not be true, or the rumors at least are that you'll be playing as Leon and Jill. Kind kind of teaming up for the first time outside of that CG movie. But like,
Which we have yet to watch because that looks class.
in ga- in games in the games they've never been partnered together.
Nope.
Um, and the rumor is that it will be third person. It won't be first person.
I've also heard a rumor it's going to be open world. And it's like, that's,
That's
I don't know,
wild.
that's a good idea.
I don't know. Yeah, and well, what do they mean by open world though? You know what I mean? Like, would they just mean kind of like if Ori 4 you could always go back to all the places you've been? So like if Ori 4 was a continuous map where after you leave the village you get to the castle, you can still go back to the village.
Mm.
Technically, would that be an open world?
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, they've always had more of a Metroidvania design to them.
Yeah, so I don't think open world would suit them. But interesting, if they are playing as Leon and Jill, is that going to be like a
Co-op?
is it co-op or are they going to do it like Resi 2?
Yeah,
where
scenario A,
it's
scenario B.
yeah, I think that would be the better one. I don't think co-op works that well for
For Resi.
Resi because Resi has such a because it's an action horror game, the Resident Evil games,
Mm-hmm.
the horror element really comes in when you're alone.
Yes.
When you add in another person, now it's fun. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's true. That is true. I would agree with you. I do think that they should keep it a single player experience. I just wonder, maybe as opposed to scenario A, scenario B, you actually do switch between the characters in one campaign. I think I would prefer that. But I know that if they did a scenario A, scenario B, it would be a nice callback for
Too.
people. So
Yeah.
I mean, whatever they figure out, I'm sure will be awesome. I wonder how true the rumors are. We haven't had Jill in a while. I'd be actually more interested in her than Leon because we've
Right.
just played the Ori 4 remake. Not that, I mean, if Leon's there, great. I love Leon. But if you had to have only one of them, I think it's been a while since we've had Jill. So
Right, yeah.
even in a new adventure, like I know she was okay. Yeah, they did the Ori 3 remake. But even like if you look at the Resident Evil series, like Leon was one of the protagonists in Resident Evil 6 as well, like
And Jill wasn't even there for
and
some bloody reason.
he shows up in most of the CGI movies, and
Yeah.
we get a lot of Leon. It'd be
Yeah,
nice.
we can give him a break.
We need the expert of unlocking things,
Mm.
Uh,
Very good, very
I've
good.
also heard rumors that they're gonna have like Wendigos as enemies in it, like goat, but like literally with goat heads and stuff, not like that. They're gonna go for weird creatures as new
That's kind of
enemies.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. So they're really starting to branch out because the Lycans were awesome.
Yeah,
in,
they're definitely going to want to branch out enemy wise. I don't think they're going to go back to just zombos, They're going to,
Very cool.
they know that people now are really enjoying the monster variations. And Village opened up so many doors for them to, like, nobody went, what? Like, I was able to believe zombies because it's a biological virus, but what, like, literally fungus turning people into werewolves and vampires? What? And you know what? People loved it, didn't give a fuck. So I
Yeah.
think they're like, okay, I think we could literally come up with any reason and throw any monster in.
Yeah,
I think people
I
more like the atmosphere and the characters.
I think the only part where I was like, this is a bit bullshit is your man with the magnetism.
Right. Yeah.
He's the only part where it's like he fits in.
Which is hilarious because magnetism is real. You're like, I can buy all this other bullshit, but fucking magnetism.
Science. That's horseshit.
That actually is gas because like the bit where everyone got into the factory and there was just mechanical bits in people, which is possible, is the bit where everyone went, "Oh, this is bullshit." Yeah, come on, this is ridiculous, Whereas the bugs that manifested into human people, it was like, yeah, that makes sense. The note explained it.
Or when you stick your hand back on, that's fine.
Oh yeah, throw a bit of fucking medicine on that, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
So that's Resident Evil 2 announcements this year, but one of them to come next year.
That broke me.
Yeah. You've realised how stupid you sounded. Rory Village, what a game! If you haven't played it, lads, it's so good. I absolutely loved it. I think it's excellent.
Okay, my next one.
Yep.
Coming off of scientific bullshit, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. We are going to get another trailer
Right.
because of the fact that this director loves cinematic trailers, just so we get bamboozled to fuck and don't know what the hell the game is. I think we're going to get a trailer to Death Stranding 2 this year. With,
It's coming out
with,
this year.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, it's coming out
So they have to.
on.
Okay. Oh, you're putting
I'm
a.
gonna put a date on it then. All right, it's coming out this year. Then I'm
Okay.
putting a date on it. All right, it's gonna come out in November.
Death Stranding 2. That feels good, actually. Coming
November. All right. I sorry, I did not realize. I forgot it was coming
November.
out this year. I didn't do the research for that part, so therefore, yes, it is
Death
only
Stranding
fair that
2
I
will
put a
release
date.
in November.
The 9th.
Are you going to put a specific date on it? The 11th. People love the 11th, don't they?
Yeah, November 11th. Do it.
That's Bethesda. That's Bethesda. Hold on.
What?
You
Yeah.
gotta check what does the 11th fall on this year. Bethesda love releasing stuff on the 11th.
That's because, well,
well,
do they?
Todd Howard does. Yeah, Todd Howard. Bethesda or sorry, Bethesda. Starfield released on November 11th,
did it?
and Skyrim released on November.
I know
11th.
Skyrim did because it was easy for them to.
The 11th of November this year is a Tuesday.
Hmm.
That's not a good. What did you say originally? The 9th?
9th.
That's a sunday.
I don't know about that though.
Fridays are usually release days, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
What's Friday then?
There's the 7th. There's the 14th.
14th.
Are you going to put that on? Do you
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
fucking
have
go for it,
you have ridiculous fucking
Death Stranding
predictions.
2 will release November 14th.
Yeah.
I fucking if I see
20,
that in a trailer, I'm like, oh shit, Eric.
And
like
it's
it.
the 7th, I'm gonna be fucking raging. Or the one after that.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, seriously on a Sunday? What's wrong with you?
No,
Release
Sunday. No, 7th
November
was the
14th.
Friday. The Friday beforehand.
Oh, sorry.
So I had the day right and the month right, but not the date.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I like that one.
Death Stranding 2,
How-
Friday,
I-
14th
you-
November.
You had said this is why I couldn't believe you couldn't remember the fucking year. You'd said Death Stranding 2 was one of your most anticipated games this year. But
Yeah.
how stoked are you for Death Stranding 2?
Pretty stoked. Yeah, I mean, it's more of a case of like, it's so relaxing. And again, I know with Resi 8, we were like, oh, the magnetism, that's fucking bullshit. But with this, with Death Stranding, he made the Death Stranding actually sound so believable by using science and history to like
Right.
back it up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd be very interested to see what he does with this one to again make this world so believable. Will it have the same element of the like what do you call it? Like, will it have the same tranquil way about it for walking around and how is Troy Baker back in the game? Fucking what's with anything, you know?
Yeah.
You have all these questions, and it's like I almost like lost. You got these questions. You're like, I can't wait for next season because hopefully
Yeah,
they'll explain it.
Aren't they doing a Death Stranding adaptation? I think
think so.
A24 are making it.
That suits them.
Yeah, that's right. That sounds right?
Yeah.
For some reason, and we've seen nothing of it, I'm not worried about that adaptation.
No. It's gonna be artsy as fuck.
Yeah, which is what it is.
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
The question will be like, do they just make a movie set in the same world? Do they use Norman Reedus? Like, do they just? I don't know what they do there. That's the only thing. But I could see them doing their own thing based in the Death Stranding universe rather than trying to adapt the actual story of the game. I don't know now, but
Yeah.
there's just something about Norman Reedus playing the same role again. He even might be like, I don't know if I want to just repeat the scenes I just did. But because the character looks so much like Norman Reedus, it would feel weird to recast him.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to. Like, all the actors are.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's the one part of adapting it that I think would be difficult.
Yes. It's not quite like if you adapted
If you'd
Metal
have to
Gear
Metal Gear
Solid.
Solid, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
would you have to get actors to play those roles, but you would want to tell that story because it's
Yeah,
fucking
you get
amazing.
Hugh Jackman to play Solid Snake, and then you get Sean Bean to play Liquid.
That YouTube video was so popular back in the day, and it had that
It-
one picture of Sean Bean from National Treasure. It's like,
yeah,
look, he's perfect for Liquid.
yeah.
It's like,
And
they're
only
twins, right?
yeah,
They're
yeah, only Die
twin
Hard fans are like,
snakes.
yeah,
And
it's
people are
fine
like,
though.
they don't look the same. Look, he's got brown hair and he's got blonde hair. It's like, if you could see their faces, it's just because it's the PS1. If you could see their faces, you'd realize they're identical.
Also, I'm pretty sure in the menu you have the like isn't there the debriefing, and Snake is sitting there with like long hair and it looks quite light.
Yes, and there's also the line where Meryl says, "Liquid? No, you're not." She thinks he's Liquid when she first sees him.
Right. Because
That
they're
which was
twins.
a hint, early.
Yeah, yeah.
What a great. And let's just talk about Metal Gear Solid.
No, we can't. We can't. Death
Okay,
Stranding 2. Right.
Isn't it-
Which
yeah,
actually is made by same guy.
Yeah, of course. That's how we got there.
So good. So
Okay,
good.
so Death Stranding
The
2
science
will
to that's
release.
not bullshit.
No, not at all. Will
Nanomachine,
release
son.
November 14th, 2025. I like that. It's a very ballsy, specific prediction.
But not as ballsy as fucking. Yeah, it's pretty ballsy.
No, I like it.
Although-
I like that. That one is like you've really you've gone for it now. You've gone for it. That's what I want to see. Okay, okay. Let's see my next one. I'm trying to decide which one of these I want to pick and which ones I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go for this one. Okay. I think
Okay.
this one is kind of a bit safer than the other ones I've been doing. It's less specific. We don't
All right.
have the actual announcement, but we know this has been in the works a long time and it's been pushed out a lot. They haven't put a date on it, but I think this is the year. Hollow Knight Silk Song will
Okay.
release this year.
Oh fuck!
This
That
is the year that it will come out, and it will come out on the Switch too. I'm not adding that to the. I think it will. My thing is, Hollow Knight Silk Song will release this year. That's
Yeah,
it.
no. That's fair. That's fair. Hollow Knight. That's one now I really didn't think would come out of your mouth. That's a good one. That's
Yeah, well, I'm like, it doesn't have to be stuff I'm interested in either. Like I didn't play the first Hollow Knight, not necessarily. I think the art style to it is gorgeous, but not necessarily the type of game I would play.
is it
But
a roguelike light? Is it or
No, I
Right.
think it's a very difficult platformer. I think it's a Metroidvania in the
Okay.
like almost in the style of old school Castlevania type thing, but very difficult, very difficult. So like maybe Castlevania meets Dark Souls or something like that.
what is who made that? Who made that game?
It turns out gamers, a lot of them really like difficult games because
What-
back in the
why?
day, old games were difficult. So, and then games were made easier to make them a bit more accessible and more playable.
Eh.
But a certain percentage of people were kind of like, I missed the days where it took me a long time to beat a game and I felt really good about beating a game. And I was able to tell people, I bet that game. And other people would be like, holy shit, how did you beat that game? Well, this is what I did. Like some people, that was that's what they loved about games. Whereas it depends on what you get into games for. Like for me, games are an amazing medium of telling stories. And that's what I love about games.
Well, those people are absolute masochists. That's
Fatal
actually the
masochists.
director, the game director for From Software. They were asking him like, "Are you just like a sadist?" He laughed. He laughed. Obviously, he went, "No, I'm actually just a masochist. I'm a glutton for pain."
Right?
All right, whatever you're into there.
I think that's my safest bet so far. Hollow Knight Silk Song releasing this year. I'd be
All
I'd be
of your
shocked
others
if
are
it goes
just, like,
another year and that doesn't come out.
all your other predictions were like fucking Christopher Nolan is going to have a bacon sandwich on Tuesday,
The 31st of March.
February.
Or so-
And we're gonna be like, but
You're
there
like,
is no 31st of February. You're like,
but this
that's my
year though.
prediction.
This year though. Yeah. I'm predicting the calendar will change. My predictions have layers like Inception. All right. Well,
Ugh.
your next move.
My next move, a safe bet. Maybe.
You're
We
gonna
are-
make me change it. You're gonna make me be more specific.
We're going to get
Okay.
a full proper trailer
Okay.
for the next Mass Effect this year.
Oh, okay, okay. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Full proper trailer. So not a
Yeah, 'cause-
teaser. an
No, we've
actual
we've
trailer.
only had teasers, so we've only had that one teaser, I think, and then some teased images. But no, and then lots of YouTube videos of people like, this is what we can expect from the next one from certain blah blah blah. So it's like then
Yeah,
we're going to get trailer,
a proper trailer this
proper
year for
trailer
the next
this
Mass
year.
Effect.
Yes,
And is this doesn't have to be included in the prediction, but I'm just having a pick at your thinking. Will we get like a new a name, a title for it? Do you think? Like, will it have the title?
Mass Effect 4.
Do you want to try that in?
Yeah, why not?
All right,
Because if it doesn't get announced, then I suppose that whole prediction out the window. But anyway,
and will be called
Mass Effect
Mass
4.
Effect 4.
So that they can bury Andromeda under the rug and everyone forget about it.
But I think
Even though
it would be their way though of saying, right, Andromeda was its own thing. This
yeah,
is a continuation of the Shepard
of the
story. So
yeah.
I think it's a good bet, and it's based on solid thinking. The
Probably
only
the only
risk would be that they might, given that it's been a little bit of time, they might call it just Mass Effect, almost like God of War 2018. Then
Right,
it's like
yeah.
it's a reboot, but also a continuation, you know. But I think Mass Effect 4 would hold more weight than just Mass Effect.
Yeah. I do wish that they continued the Andromeda story.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of people
You
didn't
were
like
digging that.
it. Yeah, I just thought there was a lot of potential to tell a new story. It wasn't perfect.
Hmm.
But I mean, if you play the original the very first Mass Effect game, that Mako is not perfect. Fucking traversing around that thing is annoying as shit.
Right.
And the combat wasn't the best either. But then look what they did in Mass Effect 2.
Oh
Holy
yeah.
fuck. And then
Yeah.
look what they did in Mass Effect 3. Like, holy fuck. Like, I really think if they had it just went, okay,
You're
this
like,
is
there's
what people do.
potential to
There was
make this
absolutely
better.
potential to Andromeda. And, like, you make lots of choices, and now they kind of don't really matter. But I can understand why they're going back to something familiar. It'll make people go, yeah. So, yeah, that's my prediction. Mass Effect 4, proper trailer this year.
Nice one. Okay. I'm gonna go with. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I had this one before. I still believe it's a thing, based on the rumors, but we have nothing concrete.
Wolverine trailer.
Final Fantasy IX
Remake.
remake. I think it's real. I think it is being made. I think it will be announced this year. Do I want to go further? Will it also come out this year?
Don't, Chris. Just give yourself a
FF9
chance.
remake will be announced this year.
Yeah, okay, there
That
you
it's
go.
real. It is a real remake.
You're
Yeah,
like you're like a
FF9.
fucking junkie with your fucking predictions. Will I keep going down the rabbit hole?
Will I go
Yeah.
further? I would take more
It's-
pride in it if it's like, oh, I nailed it. You know, I nailed it.
I know, but it's gonna be announced this year. It's gonna come out in August. It's gonna be made with the Unreal Engine. There's gonna be voice acting. They're gonna cast fucking Todd Howard as
It's
whoever.
gonna be exactly 50 language settings. Okay, yeah. So FF9 remake will be announced this year. I think it's real, and I think, like whether it comes out this year or next year or whatever it is, I think that they will need something. Like Final Fantasy has been quite consistent with its releases in the last couple of years. And when you think about, and I know like you're betting on maybe a DLC for FF7 Rebirth.
Right.
When you think about when FF7 Remake came out, and then they did the intermission DLC, and then they did Crisis Core Reunion, and
Right.
then there was Final Fantasy 16, and
Right.
then we got you know, there was stuff that if you're in the Final Fantasy camp, there was always stuff in between. I just don't think that between Rebirth, and yes, maybe there is a DLC, but between Rebirth and Part 3, nothing else comes out. But I also think there's no way we get Final Fantasy 17 yet.
No, it'd be too early. Yeah.
So I'm like, it's prime for another Final Fantasy something. And the rumors, and there's a bit of evidence that maybe there is a Final Fantasy 9 remake in the works. And I think this is the year to announce it so that people are thinking about that while Part 3 of FF7 is being made in the background. And I think it'll be a full remake of the game. I don't think it'll be a three-parter. I think it's different to 7. I think it'll be one complete and probably keep. I don't think they'll be made look incredibly realistic. I think they will actually.
Oh no, I hope it has that kind of like
The art style.
not exactly like Kina, but that kind of like Pixarian
Yeah,
design. Like
that
yeah,
would be the right art style for 9, which would be a
absolutely.
cuter, more fun game in
With voice
terms of
acting
tone.
or
Yeah, with voice acting. I don't know if that would. I think actually I would like characters less though with voice acting. I think the tone of the game might annoy me, but yeah, I think they will do voice
I just
acting.
want to be a sky pirate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because when you read it and you put your own voices in it, like 9 is an incredibly charming and quite a funny
Mm,
story, and there's a lot of heart to it, and it has its dark moments for sure, but it's more of a fantasy adventure than 7 is. Um,
yes.
so yeah, and Vivi is. I just think that it depends on how they voice Vivi, because Vivi is like the best character, but you
Well,
can.
Vivi was given a voice in Final Fantasy.
Is that World of Final Fantasy?
I think so. Yeah,
Right,
that's the one where you collect all the little kind of like
little mini
bobblehead
versions
versions
and
of
stuff.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Vivi has a voice in that one.
Did it work? Like, was it like, yeah, okay,
It's
that
very
works
no,
for
it's very
Vivi.
it's very it does match kind of the cute character of Vivi.
Okay.
But look it
Okay.
up.
So yeah,
That
that's
one's
there
actually
was
that.
there was a fan did a glow up of they made it in Unreal
Yes.
Engine. Do you remember that they put it on YouTube? It was only a fan thing. It was
Yeah.
nothing official about that. But they did a what it could look like if it was real, and I think they were kind of on the money a little bit. But
Mm,
obviously, you would go even bigger.
yes.
I'd be curious then, and I think this is not all part of the remake. This is just we're speculating now. Um, I think they will do turn based combat.
That'd be nice.
And I think people will be like, "Oh fuck yeah, turn based is back." In the same way as now, a bit flashier, kind of like Expedition 33.
Right.
Like I think it'll be turn based, but it will be flashy and cinematic. But I
Mm.
don't think they will use the battle system from 7. I think that's going to remain 7
In seven.
remakes thing, and then I don't think they'll go full real time because it won't feel classic then. You know, we'll see.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So FF9 remake announced this year. What do you
Yeah.
got? You got two
Okay.
more.
I have two more, and none of these are games.
Interesting. I didn't know we were doing this, but I'm excited to see what it is.
Yeah, okay, so they're not bold.
Oh, Eric. Oh, Eric. I
Fuck.
dare you to be bold.
We're gonna get a trailer
Yeah.
for Batman 2, The Batman 2, this year.
What? That is bold. That is
Okay.
bold. You know that's been delayed by another year, right? That's not coming out to 2027.
I did not know that.
Are you sticking by it? I'm actually wearing the Batman t-shirt right now.
You are. Yeah, you are.
Are you sticking with it though? That we'll still get like a teaser or something this year?
Yes.
Okay. Teaser for the Batman.
My
Two.
dangerous predictions are like me making mistakes. Your dangerous predictions are like you're a fucking masochist.
So do you think, right? I what I'm envisioning when you say that is like when we first saw a teaser of the Batman, which to be fair, I don't
Oh
think
yeah,
we
yeah.
are crazy off. It was just that little red thing and the bit of music, and it was just we got to see a little bit of Batman, and
Mm.
that was it. And we were like, what the fuck are we supposed to make of that, right? It could be just that, but I would imagine this time maybe teasing who the villain is rather
Yeah,
than who
yeah.
Batman is. Um, there was an interview with Matt Reeves because obviously the Penguin did very well
Mm-hmm.
and was up for awards and stuff, and they were asking about the Batman 2, and he said he couldn't really tell anyone anything, and he did say that he hopes the villain will surprise people. It makes me
Right.
really curious. Who could he be adapting as the next villain?
Egghead.
I'd be surprised. Right, so a teaser for the Batman 2 this
Yeah.
year.
This year.
That's cool. That's really cool. And I think if it's likely to happen, it's probably towards the end of the year.
That's what I'm thinking now that you said that it's delayed. I'm like, okay, well then probably end of the year
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
at the Game Awards.
Get
While
out of
Jeff
here.
while Jeff
Jeff
Keighley
Keighley is on the
Keighley is
toilet.
wearing.
Okay, let me see. What am I going to go for next? Okay, I'll go for this one.
Okay.
You actually mentioned it a second ago. You could have taken it. I think we will get a first look at, and I'm not going to be too specific with this one. We will get a first look at gameplay
Okay.
for Wolverine.
Mm,
It could be just in a
nice.
trailer and you see it for a moment in a trailer or
Yeah.
something, but we will actually see a moment at least of gameplay where we have at least an idea of, oh, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be first person hero shooter.
I don't think so when it's Insomniac, but we'll
I'm
get,
joking. I'm
I
joking.
know. We will get gameplay for Wolverine.
That's good. That's a good one.
I'm not going
I
to go
like
any
it.
further than that because I still think that game is like that's not coming this year or anything.
No.
Maybe next year. Maybe, but we'll see. Yeah, that's my next one. We both have one each.
One each.
One each, so you got to
One
really
each.
think about it.
It's another trailer.
Yeah. How bold are you going? Are you going big for the last one, or are you going no? Fuck this! I just want to win.
This is probably no. I'm just going to win
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure it is slated to come out this year.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So a trailer.
We're gonna get a trailer for a game that is announced this year. Are you fucking serious?
No, it's not a game. Not a game, man. Remember, I said it's not a game.
Yes, a movie then.
For Predator Badlands.
No, yeah, I'm not giving you that. No, of course we're going to get a trailer for Predator Badlands. It's coming out this year, and we haven't seen a trailer. So they have to do a trailer.
Exactly.
That's pretty much announced. That's not a prediction. That's bullshit.
That's not pretty much announced because we haven't had a trailer to announce it.
No. Predator Badlands has a release date this year. That is announced. So they have to put out a trailer for it. I'm not giving you that. No way. You can't have that.
Why not?
Because that's not a prediction.
All right.
They have
My
to do a
prediction.
trailer.
All right, my prediction for Predator Badlands,
All right.
okay, is that it's set during 1800s, so 19th century.
Can I just stop you for a second? You
What?
might want to be careful. I don't know if this information is already out there. Like a quick Google might change this. You know what I mean?
All right, I'll be back. All right.
You might want to get away from the whole Predator Badlands thing. It's already announced. We already know it's coming.
I'm doubling down on this.
Surely there's some other prediction you could make than this announced movie is going to get a trailer, or it's set in a time period where we might already know when it's set.
I'm looking it up. IMDb.
Think of all of the possible games that could be coming.
All we have is the plot is under wraps. Ellie Fanning is starring in it.
Okay.
We know the writers and directors, but we don't know the plot.
We know nothing about the setting? Because
No.
I could have sworn I heard what the setting was.
What's the setting then, according to what you heard?
I don't know if I want to say it. If you really want to go, no, this is the prediction I'm making, then I'll leave it alone. But if you're going to change your prediction, then I'll tell you.
Okay, well, now see, this was not my prediction. Apparently, the story in Predator Badlands features two storylines that deal with the bond between two sisters whose relationship is put to the test as they go on different paths.
Okay. All right, what is it then? Come on.
My one was that it's set in the 1800s, Wild West, and he's hunting down like outlaws who are trying to survive. That was my prediction. Now I know that there's two sisters, but involved. All right, okay, I'm changing it. I'm changing. Yo, you spoiled it on me there, man.
No.
It's gonna be funny.
If you want to say it's set in the 1800s, I'll give you that.
Set in the 1800s.
You're going to say Predator Badlands is set
1800s Wild West.
I'm going to tell you that's not what I heard. So, okay.
No,
Predator
I'm
Badlands.
changing it. No, I'm changing it now. You fucking dick. You ruined it on me. This could have been.
I'm not ruining on you.
You could have kept your mouth shut and had a very easy win there.
I'm not giving you. Yeah, that's like saying, right? that's like okay. By the way, we're gonna have a birthday party next week on Wednesday. Okay, well, my prediction is at that birthday party there will be food. Like, it's like, of course there will be a trailer for a movie that is coming out this year.
Ugh.
It's not a prediction. That's just a fact. Like,
Fucking fine. My prediction is.
you want me to give you a minute?
Yeah. Okay, you do it. Oh
I'll
yeah,
do
you
my
do your
last
one.
one.
All right. Okay,
I have to
okay, you do
pick.
your last one.
I have to pick which of these I wanna go with.
Okay.
Um, will I? I could. I'm gonna go with this one. We're gonna get a teaser trailer
Okay.
for Corey Barlog's next project this year.
That's a boring one.
I was either that or I was going to do the whole GTA 6 will get pushed into 2026. Should I do that instead? Because that means we're betting against each other on something.
No, you do whichever, man. You want to do the Corey Barlog one? That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to make a prediction bet on I did have maybe GTA 6 might get pushed into 2026 because we haven't heard anything. I'm getting nervous about it. But it's
Right.
also my most anticipated game this year. So I don't really want to be betting on it not coming. I want to be rooting for it. So
Right.
that's, yeah, Corey Barlog's next game. We will get a teaser trailer. Kind of like we got the Heretic Prophet for Naughty Dog.
Right.
Kind of like that. It'll be like a teaser and maybe the title of Corey Barlog's project, whatever he's working on.
Okay. My last prediction.
Okay?
I'm tempted to troll you now and just say like we get a trailer for something else that's announced this year.
Yeah. For Jurassic World Rebirth. It's like, of course we will.
For Tron Ares. That no, we will get.
An Infinity Blade remake.
I'm also tempted.
Go big or go home, you know?
No, we're going to get gameplay footage
Yeah.
for The Witcher 4 this year.
Now you're talking. Because that's like, really? Will we? And maybe we will.
Better than your stupid Corey Balrog one.
Whoa.
I'm joking. I'm only
If we
joking.
get a trailer this year, if Jeff Keighley is at one of those Summer Game Fest things or something, and he says, and now, from one of the greatest creators in the gaming industry, Corey Barlog, we're going to look at his, you're going to be like, oh, fuck's sake. Fuck you, Chris. Fucking asshole. But if we get it, I actually will be surprised if we get gameplay for The Witcher 4. So I think that's a nice, surprising one. Because, yeah, I don't know how far along they are in that.
Neither do I.
The Witcher 4 gameplay trailer. Or even if we just see a little bit of gameplay. Basically like the Wolverine one. If we see in any way Witcher 4 gameplay at all this year.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Okay. There we have them. Our 9 predictions each. How confident are you feeling? You're like, I was way more confident until you told me.
Yeah. Then I had to make all like specific predictions.
And then I couldn't just predict things that we already know are going to happen.
Exactly.
For a fact. Actually, do you reckon that there was a trailer as well last week for the guy who made the director of The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt?
Mm.
Do you reckon that game is going to play like Witcher, or do you reckon that's a very, very different kind of game? Dawnwalker, is that what's called? It was basically Daywalker, but they couldn't use that name.
No, they couldn't. Yeah, it was like beginning
Vampire walking in the daylight kind of thing.
Yeah. I would no, I wouldn't say they would have similar gameplay because
It looks like it's going to be an open world thing, though, right?
it looks like it belongs to the world of The Witcher, but they obviously couldn't do The Witcher.
Right. Yeah. So you had to do his own
It might
thing.
have, it might be similar enough. Interesting that the director is gone from CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, so
and gone to
doing
this
his own
other
thing.
company. Yeah.
Seems
Seems to be very common because even I think the creators of like the original Mass Effect trilogy, they're gone to create Exodus. Seems to be a very common thing. What's going on? What's going on, guys?
Same with like
okay.
yeah, what is going on? Because same with like the guys who obviously did Callisto Protocol were the original creators of Dead Space, and then they're
and then they went off and did their own thing.
What's going on? Anyway, so to wrap up, then let's just I'll quickly shout out the predictions again. And you guys can let us know if you think any of us are in any way on the ball, if you think we're fucking nuts. If you want to add your own predictions, please do let us know. So Eric's 9 predictions for 2025 are that GTA 6 is coming out in September. A new 3D Mario platformer game will come out this year. There will be an FF7 Rebirth DLC, playable DLC. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 will come out in June.
Hmm.
We will see a deep dive gameplay showcase for Exodus. Death Stranding 2 will release on November 14th of this year. I like the more specific ones. The specifics are the best. We will get a full proper trailer for the next Mass Effect, which will be titled Mass Effect 4.
Hmm.
We will get a teaser trailer for The Batman 2.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see gameplay of some kind for The Witcher 4.
Right.
Those are Eric's 9 predictions for 2025. And then
Nice
my
and safe.
predictions.
Yeah, yours are fucking
No,
education.
actually, as I was reading them, I was like, actually, you have taken a few risks here and a little bit less safe than initial. So, my predictions then for the year are that we will get a Wind Waker remastered for Switch 2 this year. The Nintendo Switch 2 will be priced at €399.99. Tifa will be coming to Tekken 8. IO Interactive will announce the title of the Project 007 game and a release year.
Mm-hmm.
Capcom will announce Resident Evil 9 coming this year and a Resident Evil remake of some kind coming next year for the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil. Hollow Knight Silksong will release this year. Final Fantasy IX Remake will be announced this year. We will get gameplay for Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And we will get a teaser trailer for Cory Barlog's next game. Yeah, so those are our predictions. Do let us know if you think any of us are going to win or who you think is more on the ball with the predictions, or let us know your own predictions. If you're watching YouTube, jump down into the comments to share your thoughts. If you enjoyed this episode, please do give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell to make sure you're following the podcast, because as things get announced throughout the year, we will be updating whether either of us have got one right or whether it's like, oh fuck, I got that one wrong, so that's one down or whatever. We'll be able to let you know who's in the lead, who's winning, and at the end of the year then whoever has the most predictions right will be the winner, and the loser will have to buy them a €50 voucher for a gaming console of their choice. To those of you listening on audio platforms, you can also touch base on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X at The Brothers Take. Again, to give your take on our predictions, share your own predictions, and again, follow our podcast so that you can keep up to date with who is winning in this predictions game. But that's going to do it for this week's episode. We will be back to talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.